Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm trying to follow closely the emergence of the yuan, the Chinese yuan, on the world market in an attempt to take over the dollar as the global, currency, a reserve currency, and it has all the chances in the world, it seems like. And I'm going to use this article to give you an update on what's going on. This article comes from the Business Insider, and this is the title: China's yuan is making headway, a global reserve currency, with 85% of central banks keen on holding the asset. So central banks are increasingly keen to hold China's yuan as a reserve currency, according to a new survey. 85%, that's a lot. It's a big majority, I would say. Some 85% of central bank reserve managers say that they are already hold or are interested in owning the yuan. More than 80% said a shift to a more multipolar world where the US is no longer reigns supreme would benefit the currency. Central banks are increasingly keen to hold China's yuan as a reserve currency as the country's growing economic and political power threatens to erode the US dollar's global dominance. They don't produce anything but just print money, so why is it dominant? Backed by the US economy. What's the US economy? Services and military equipment. Some 85% of the central banks say that they are invested or are considering investing in China's yuan in UBS Asset Management's annual reserve manager survey released Friday. That's up from 81% a year earlier. That's an increase. Foreign exchange managers at central banks are on average looking to hold 5.8% of their reserves in the yuan in 10 years' time, up from 5.7 last year. That's another big increase. That would be a sharp increase from the 2.9% level reported by the International Monetary Fund last week. So they are looking to hold 5.8 of their reserves, up from 5.7. Okay, the US and its allies' freezing of Russia's foreign exchange reserves in response to the invasion of Ukraine has driven speculation that countries will diversify away from the dollar so as to be less exposed to Washington's power over the global financial system. Foreign exchange reserves are used to protect domestic currencies and to deploy at times of crisis. UBS surveyed 30 top central banks between April and June. Central banks' average share of US dollar holdings was 63% as of June 2022. The survey showed down from 69, so 62 to 69 in the previous year. However, UBS said fewer Latin American banks, which typically hold more dollars, were surveyed this year. More than 81% of the respondents to the UBS survey said China's yuan, also called the renminbi, would benefit from a shift to a multipolar world. Some 46% said the dollar would benefit in a sign of the asset's appeal during times of economic or geopolitical uh, and I don't have that word. Unbelievable. So it says here that the renminbi continues its steady rise to reserve currency status. So it increases. Okay, that's a good one. Investors have snapped up the dollar this year. The Federal Reserve has hiked interest rates, pushing up U.S. bond yields. The dollar index has risen about almost 10% this year to around 105, close to its highest level in 20 years. Well, whatever it is, the yuan will be and you will become, because the Chinese economy is growing, it seems like, unlike the US economy, which is shrinking. at this moment, and they will have the alternate economic system maybe, because it's as I said, the second club is information, which is China and Russia. India looks around and picks whomever whenever its interest dictates, and the yuan had the capability to increase its power dominance. Also because a lot of transactions between Russia and Russia is not a big economy, but if you buy all the oil in yuan, you got already yuan on the market, and then it's if the Chinese economy stays stable, or more stable than let's say the U.S. economy, then it's going to increase the power of yuan. There's no doubt about that. But the times right now are very strange, and we're looking at a recession and then stagflation and whatever, and I guess it's going to be worse before it gets better. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.